Army veteran Rene Reyes is your military hero for the month of September. Reyes was born and raised in Goliad, and just a few days after he finished high school, he joined the United States Army.
10 days after I got out, I joined the military, the Army, because my dream was to be a paratrooper, and my dream came true.
His reasoning for joining the service goes back to his childhood.
I got in trouble when I was 14 years old in Goliad. And my punishment was to report to our sheriff every Saturday for 2 months and do whatever he wanted me to do. And he was a World War II airborne trooper. He made the big jumps, Normandy Day and all of that, D-Day. And he would tell me stories, and I told him I want to be a paratrooper. You got to realize I was 114 pounds at the time, and 5'2" probably. He said, "You'll never make it." And I came back and I showed him my wings. I said, "I made it." He said, "I knew you could do it." That's the reason I went airborne. This man, he challenged me, and I took his challenge up. That's the reason.
So in 1963, he joined the Army and served in the Vietnam War. But just getting to Vietnam was a challenge. As Reyes says, the U.S. government sent him on a cruise in July of 1965.
It took us 22 days to get to Vietnam on a troop carrier that had over 4,000 troops on it. Can you imagine that? I know you can. Well, I went through that too.
Reyes was assigned to the 101st Airborne Division, and once in Vietnam, he was in combat infantry, or as he calls it, a grunt. In Vietnam, he was in the jungles of the Central Highlands the whole time, catching malaria at one point, and he had to be hospitalized for 8 weeks.
Go out there and get them. And that was my job, or our job as infantry. Grunt is get it.
He was moved around Vietnam via helicopter and would be dropped off in jungles, left there for about a week at a time, going on search and clear missions as well as search and destroy missions.
It wasn't a good war, I'm telling you that right now.
Reyes is also a Purple Heart recipient.
We were involved in a helicopter crash. We were landing in a hillside because we had incoming fire, and the pilot and co-pilot both got hit, and the chopper crashed, and we all got screwed up and messed up. But that's where I got my Purple Heart.
Over 58,000 American service members died in the Vietnam War. Reyes is thankful to have made it back.
My unit, we lost a lot of them. And my unit was first of the 327 Battalion. We lost 758, I think, something like that.
58,000 lives lost is a staggering number, and it's important to not get lost in the numbers. Each one of those is a person who made the ultimate sacrifice for you and I's freedoms as Americans. One of those lives lost is a man by the name of Reuben Lewis Garnett Jr. from Stilton, Pennsylvania. Reyes considers him his guardian angel.
They call him Sweet Daddy Grace. He was 6'4", about 260 pounds. Big guy. Perfect paratrooper. I wasn't. One of our major battles we were in was in March the 4th, 1966. And Reuben saved my life that day and saved, I would say, several other people. And he got killed. He got killed trying to save the lieutenant's life. Me and my wife now actually flew to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania to see his mother. So I could tell her thank you. But why him, and the other guys too, why them, not us, But the Lord has his way,
Reyes put it best, paratroopers never actually die.
Old troopers never die, they just grab other wings, period.
Coming home wasn't easy either.
Nobody told us welcome home when we got home. But now I'm telling everybody welcome home. And that's our Vietnam veterans, our Vietnam veterans, that's how we greet each other, welcome home. And that's it.
Reyes would come back to Victoria and raise a family with his wife and worked at Alcoa for 38 years. His daughter was an athlete, so he would support her at all her games. And his son actually worked here at the news station.
I have an older boy, like I said. He worked for KVU. He came in to work for y'all guys, same time Brubaker did. I remember Don back in the day. But he knows me.
Reyes is also very active in numerous veterans organizations here in Victoria. He actually served as the first president of the Vietnam Veterans of America Victoria Extension. One of his proudest involvements is the Victoria County Veterans Council. His work with the funeral detail, meaning they'll show up to any funeral for any veteran that passes away in Victoria County, something that's very important to him. He urges other veterans to help out and join these organizations, as well as younger veterans to join. Reyes comes from a military background with his dad serving in World War II and brothers who also served, saying he's proud of that and that serving made him a better person.
Responsibility. You're on your own now, son. You ain't got no mama or daddy to take care of you. You're on your own. You do whatever you want to, whatever you think you need to do. But that's what it is.
Reyes is a skilled carpenter and enjoys relaxing with his wife and his dog, Cody Rene, and spending time with fellow veterans. He actually went to play poker at the VFW right after our interview. So thank you, Rene Reyes, for your service to your country. And let's take a moment to think about our fellow Americans who made the ultimate sacrifice, like Mr. Reuben Lewis Garnett and so many others. I'm Adam Seibel, KAVU TV 25 News Now.